right, so Grand Canyon. I got the t-shirt. Yes, I went there. Think back in 2017. Okay, we've got Grand Funk Railroad. Grand Funk Railroad. One of the best songs ever. I Am Captain. You've got to check out the shorts. The cards are self-explanatory. I'm not going to go over the shorts today. We're going to let you figure out what they say. It's very self-explanatory. Listen to what he's saying while you're reading the cards, and then look up the lyrics and listen to the tune, the beat, the music. Okay? Very, very good. We want to go home. We want to be on our spaceship 24/7. At least me and my team do. Okay, Grand Canyon, why did we get the t-shirt? Well, it says 1810 or 1818. It looks like it was established, it says on here. Well, that Grand Canyon has been there forever. And back in 2017, I started an assignment with the Grand Canyon and my spirit team, and we finally finished it up. And I get a t-shirt and a statue. No, I don't get to have my face on Mount Rushmore. We'll save that for, I think it's President Trump next, huh? Okay, so we finished that assignment though. So if you know, you know. And it's kudos, hats off to you. Lot of stuff going on in the Grand Canyon. Okay, and if anybody's going to the Grand Canyon, last night I was in Astro with some people that are actually staying in the Grand Canyon right now. And when I woke up in the Grand Canyon, I woke up in my RV and there were deer that came to see me. Very significant. Okay, you can Google what deer mean. Well, I have it right here. Let's go ahead. Symbolism of a deer. Grace.
Deer symbolize grace, gentleness, and innocence, acting as spiritual messengers. They also represent intuition, vulnerability, and renewal through their antlers, guiding people on life's path with peace, alertness, and a connection to nature.
Okay, so, and that's what was going on. I went there in a physical body, but that was the beginning of the assignment there. And it says, grace, gentleness, innocent, often acting as spiritual messengers, connecting the physical to the super world, to the astral world. And that's just what was going on when I was there. And the deer came up to symbolize good morning, let's get the show on the road. And I fed the birds and the deers and just checked out the Grand Canyon. No, I didn't go down in there. The only comments I made was something to the effect of, I bet you a lot of people die here because it looks so easy to just fall off the cliff here. Because wherever we walked, there really wasn't any protection. So, and then I was with my mission partner, soulmate, and he said, yeah, every day. And he always laughed at my naivety, whatever you want to call it. My lack of earthly knowledge, we'll put it that way. I see the sunbeam coming in or the light shining down here. All this stuff is very significant. Major accomplishment at the Grand Canyon. Now, the other thing that is so major is you can call me a 30-watt bulb. Do you remember that song, 30-watt bulb? I forget who sings it. You'll have to look it up, 30-watt bulb. But last night in physical avatar in bed, right, it felt like I was being electrified all night. It was intense. It woke me up several times. So if you've listened to the last couple, I think especially the last one from Chosen Chronicles, Seraphine says the next 3 days or last night all the way up to the 30th is a huge activation. And we have to have everything gradually. If we got everything full powered, we'd be blown. We'd be a blown socket. So if any of you felt weird last night, you felt like you were being electrified, or if you had a lot of crown chakra or third eye, I know I took aspirin and ibuprofen at different periods of yesterday and up to now. I feel great now, but I just want you to know that there's a grand activation going on. The Grand Canyon assignment that I was on is completed, and back to whoever's waking up today. There are some of you waking up at the Grand Canyon today to put an end or a closure to the assignment. So cool. All this is really cool stuff. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, like I said, this channel may be over your head and you may not want to watch it, or maybe you want to go deeper down the rabbit hole. But I love you all here. Just so you know, the main thing is it's grand. Grand Funk Railroad, Grand Canyon, grand activation. Definition of grand. Magnificent and imposing in appearance, size, and style. Detonating the largest and most important item of its kind. $1,000 or pound. A grand plane. No, a grand piano. Okay. Now, grand, magnificent, imposing, stately, majestic, grandiose means large and impressive. The reason I kept reading is because the word I got was spectacular. That was the word I asked when I asked Astro and my spirit team, what does the word grand mean? And they said spectacular. Okay? It can also mean like super duper, humongous. But yeah, I'm really excited. Now, these grand activations are centering on the third eye and the throat chakra. I also had heartburn and had to take some anti-heartburn Alka-Seltzer things. So it's the throat chakra and the third eye and the crown chakra. So it's basically, and probably in here with your solar plexus, it's from here up mainly, you're getting a grand activation. So if you're feeling those feelings, that's why, okay? Don't panic. Don't call the doctor. Don't go to the emergency room is my advice, but who am I, right? Okay, I am Miss Mystic. Let's go in the other room and see what we all got. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I always change it around though. You guys get sick of seeing my house. It's like you come see me every day. I got some more goodies in. Thank you for any donations for the cats on Zelle. Thank you so much. Still have our caution light up. We still have the runway, the airplane runway. Since you can't come over in person, I just tour you through the house, right? Okay, let's pull a reading, completely new one. Let's go ahead and use the Light Seer deck. Randomly at the bottom, we have the Ace of Pentacles, so I think that's where we left off yesterday with it. But we'll go ahead and pull a grand reading. Then I'm going to go get my truck washed, and it's going to be 80 degrees here, not to rub it in to all you guys in your snowstorms, but California is going to be 80 degrees today. So I'm going to take my truck in and get it washed. I was going to take you through the car wash, but everything's so late, you know. It's already 6 a.m. here, so, and it's still dark out. It don't get light out till 7. And by that time, my astral channeling gets weaker. So I like to do this as soon as possible so that you guys can get a good astral reading. Okay, we've got Justice on the bottom. Okay, and then we've got, so overall energy is Justice, and then we have the Hangman. So you're getting a new perspective with these downloads. That's what I was shuffling on. I'm shuffling on what are these activations, what's actually happening. You're getting Justice through the truth that's coming out, through everything that the downloads are downloading you. You're going to have a new perspective on things. So it's kind of like if you baked a cake and then you took it to the teacher and you said, here's my cake. And she gives you all this information on how you could make it better, how you could make it get a blue ribbon instead of only a red ribbon. And those are the downloads she's given you, the information. That's what download means. The information she's giving you. And then you can take it out and try it again. And you'll have a new perspective on it because of her downloads. So that's what's happening right now. You're getting a new perspective on reality, on your thinking, on your mission. As I said, all them people that got the Grand Canyon mission closed, they could be the ones doing the Hawaii mission next. So get your bags packed, right? We don't know what team goes where. I don't in my physical body. Of course, we know in astro what's going on, but I'm just trying to give you information to be able to handle these physical avatars easier. Why am I washing my truck today? Because it's a sign for me that when it's 80 degrees out and the rest of the world is below zero, I probably should get out and enjoy it. Confirmation. Okay, out in the cold, some of you actually get to feel out in the cold, just like the card, just like I said. So if you're going to be out in the cold, I'm going to take advantage of 80-degree weather. 5 of Pentacles. You feel out in the cold and you're waiting for this tower to hit, or the tower is hitting you, either way, okay? And you have lots of options and confusion. So again, that's what the downloads are for. Let's go back to the downloads. The downloads are because you feel out in the cold, a tower's coming or has hit you, your area, your circumstances, and you are confused and you have lots of options. So the downloads are coming in. For example, like me saying, okay, you can do A, B, and C, and you can do this, and you can call that, and you can talk to this person, and you can do these cards and this song, okay? That song is so awesome. Grand Funk Railroad, I am captain. I am your captain. But those cards are very clear, okay? We got Justice, the Hanged Man, the 5 of Pentacles, the Tower, and the 7 of Cups. Now we're going to go on to the top of the deck, and we've got the 3 of Pentacles. Okay? The 3 of Pentacles, I'm just getting community off of this card. I get that a lot off of this card, community. And what that means is to get creative. Like the shorts was all about the Queen and the King of Wands making creativity. We want to get creative in the community. So if you really, really enjoy something, go volunteer there or get a job there or get involved there is what I'm hearing. You actually are in a Queen of Pentacle mode, and that's where you really have everything you need. You really don't have a lot of confusion. It's more options, but the confusion's coming in because you have so many options and you don't want to screw this up type of attitude. It's like, should I do this or should I do that? Oh, I wish Miss Mystic was here. I could ask her. Well, you can ask me. You can email me. You can call me. And I can pull a few cards for you. So if you're really confused, like Bad Me asks me all the time to help with the thinking. Lee talks to me all the time. So, you can call me, you can email me, okay? But you have everything you need. You just need to go a little bit deeper. And we've got the Five of Swords, yeah, and that's going deeper card for me. I'm seeing the opposition is walking away, and you're standing there with your sword in hand. You got a sword in your both hands, right? And then there's a couple on the ground. So you're just like, okay, who's next? You see them movies where they kick ass and then they like, you want some? Who's next? And that's kind of the attitude you got right now. And these activations are going to make you more chatty because, again, it's heart chakra and up. So it's mostly about opening your heart chakra to a level where you can do your mission with your twin. If they just came in and zapped you, you'd have a heart attack. So it's slowly. I mentioned yesterday on Mike Delarocco's Our Everyday Lives channel, I mentioned this was supposed to happen last year. We're making history, and this was supposed to happen last year, but it didn't. It got delayed. Now you're hearing a lot about delays. Well, why were there delays? Well, for example, something could have went wrong with the Grand Canyon mission and they had to delay it. If you could see the big picture, you could see why things get delayed. You wouldn't be sitting here bitching and moaning because things got delayed. And then if you could see the big picture, you'd look back and say, I'm glad it got delayed, because I really wasn't open enough. I wasn't ready enough for this thing that's coming in now. So really important. If you missed what I just said, I would go back and watch that. St. Michael's Sword of Truth, because that was a big truth that I just bombed on you. We did get delayed. We did. And finally, the Ten of Wands. So you see the picture that tells everything. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to put an end. This card also, if I remember correctly, ended the shorts. Ten of Wands, I believe, did. So it's a closing of a chapter. It's grand activations. It's closing and ending. I've got all the things I need. And that was the Queen of Pentacles, right? Well, look at him. He's got all the wands and sticks he needs. So that shorts goes exactly with what I just told you. Everything. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and end it there. I love you guys. I am Miss Mystic. Thank you for listening. Thank you for finishing the grand mission. Enjoy your grand activations. I am Miss Mystic. Thank you for listening.